I know what trending is better than anybody in the world. I've been trending my whole life. From the day I was born, I've been trending.
I like the good publicity and I like the bad publicity. It all plays.
Who is Donald Trump, really? A visionary entrepreneur or an unrepentant narcissist? A leader who shook up the system or a threat to democracy? Loved and hated, idolized and despised, Trump has divided public opinion like few other figures in recent history. In this video, we tell his story, from his roots in Queens to the White House, through triumphs, failures, reality TV, and political scandals. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York. He was the fourth of 5 children of Fred Trump, a wealthy real estate developer, and Mary Ann MacLeod, a Scottish immigrant who came to America with little money and big dreams. From an early age, Donald showed a difficult temperament, competitive, exuberant, aggressive. Not easy to manage, he was enrolled at the New York Military Academy at age 13 to instill discipline.
It was a good education. It was a good training. I enjoyed it.
The military environment shaped his character, but Trump never lost his love for challenge and authority. After graduating, he studied economics at the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, one of the country's top business schools. He graduated in 1968, ready to join the family business. Fred Trump had built a fortune developing low-income housing in Queens and Brooklyn, but Donald had much bigger ambitions.
I started off making little deals in Brooklyn and Queens with my father, and they seemed to work out.
He wanted to conquer Manhattan, the heart of finance and power. In 1971, Donald took control of the Trump Organization and began planning his conquest of Manhattan. His first major deal came in 1978 when he persuaded the city of New York to let him renovate the crumbling Commodore Hotel. Partnering with Hyatt and securing generous tax breaks, he transformed it into the Grand Hyatt Hotel. It was a huge success. From that point on, Trump became a rising figure in the New York elite. He built Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue, a skyscraper that reflected his style: glass, gold, luxury, and over-the-top ambition. He frequently appeared in the media, made guest appearances on talk shows, and quickly became a household name. By the 1980s, Trump wasn't just a businessman, he was a showman. He turned his name into a commercial brand. He stamped it on hotels, casinos, private jets, cologne, bottled water, vodka, and even steaks. He wasn't just building real estate, he was building an identity. In 1987, he published The Art of the Deal, his signature book. It was part autobiography, part business philosophy. The book cemented his image as a deal-maker and self-made mogul, filled with flashy quotes and high-stakes anecdotes. Trump also made cameos in films like Home Alone 2 and Zoolander, becoming the personification of American success. But behind the scenes, not everything was as golden as it seemed. In the early 1990s, Trump's empire teetered on the brink. He had racked up billions in debt, his Atlantic City casinos were bleeding money, and the real estate markets slumped. Some thought he was finished. But Trump refused to fold. He renegotiated his debts, sold off underperforming assets, and revived his brand. In the 2000s, his image bounced back, thanks in part to television. In 2004, he launched The Apprentice, a reality show where young entrepreneurs competed for a job at the Trump Organization. The show was an instant hit. His catchphrase, "You're fired," became a cultural phenomenon. For millions, Trump was now the embodiment of business success. Even if his reality didn't always match the TV version, Trump had flirted with politics for decades. As early as 1988, he talked about running for president. He switched parties several times, Republican, Independent, Democrat, then Republican again. But until 2015, few took him seriously as a candidate. That changed on June 16, 2015. Trump descended the golden escalator at Trump Tower and announced his run for president. His speech was fiery and controversial. He accused Mexico of sending criminals, promised a border wall, and declared his mission to make America great again. The media mocked him, but the public listened. He struck a chord with working-class whites, disillusioned voters, and those who felt left behind. Against all odds, he defeated 16 rivals in the Republican primaries and won the nomination. Then, in November 2016, he beat Hillary Clinton in the Electoral College, despite losing the popular vote. On January 20th, 2017, Donald Trump was sworn in as the 45th President of the United States. His presidency was a constant disruption of norms. He fired officials via Twitter, attacked journalists, and ran the country with a chaotic and impulsive style. Economically, he passed massive tax cuts for corporations and the wealthy. He appointed 3 conservative justices to the Supreme Court, tilting its balance for decades. He tore up international agreements, launched trade wars, and forged direct relationships with controversial leaders like Kim Jong-un. In 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic hit. Trump's response was widely criticized. He downplayed the virus, promoted unproven treatments, and often clashed with health experts. Meanwhile, racial tensions exploded after police killings of Black Americans. Trump doubled down on law and order rhetoric. In November 2020, Joe Biden defeated Trump, but Trump refused to concede. He claimed widespread voter fraud, despite no evidence. He called on his supporters to fight. On January 6, 2021, a pro-Trump mob stormed the U.S. Capitol, trying to stop the certification of Biden's win. It was an unprecedented attack on American democracy. Trump was impeached for incitement of insurrection, the first president in history to be impeached twice. He was acquitted both times by the Senate. After leaving office, Trump didn't disappear. He remained the dominant figure in the Republican Party. Many candidates ran as Trump Republicans, and those who opposed him often lost favor. In 2024, Trump announced his bid for a second term. Despite mounting legal challenges, investigations, and criminal indictments, he remains the Republican frontrunner. His message hasn't changed. America first, enemies everywhere, a corrupt elite. His supporters still see him as a truth-teller, a warrior against the establishment. His critics see a danger to democracy. Trump's relationship with the media is a paradox. He calls them fake news and the enemy of the people. Yet he thrives on their attention. Every tweet made headlines, every insult became a viral clip. During his presidency, he held chaotic press conferences, singled out journalists by name, and even banned some outlets. Still, he remained a media obsession. As one CNN producer once put it, Trump is oxygen for the media, and the media is oxygen for Trump. Trump didn't just reshape politics, he reshaped culture. Trumpism became a style, blunt, anti-intellectual, aggressive. He inspired populist movements around the world. He gave a voice to millions who felt unheard, but also emboldened conspiracy theories and division. He tore apart families, communities, even states, but he also forced traditional politics to confront the realities of a divided, fearful, and angry America. Donald Trump has been and still is a political cyclone. He's not just a former president, he's a symbol, a phenomenon, a polarizing figure. His rise tells us much about our time. An era where image rivals substance, where communication beats facts, where one man can build an empire, lose it, and come back as if nothing happened. Whether you love him or loathe him, Donald Trump has left an undeniable mark on American history. And his story, perhaps, is far from over.